Hi, this is Mauvu doing your feedback. If you have any questions, just ping me in your thread. Uh, so you send in like an RSG VOD. I'm not gonna watch all of it because this will take me like 2.5 hours or something, right? Um, Instead, I'm just gonna watch until I feel like I stop consistently giving like feedback on stuff and like the point where I'd just be repeating myself. Um, Guessing this is just like a warm up, like warming up the instance and like first world lag. That was the explanation for why we're playing this. Then why we're doing 360s as well. Okay, okay, if we're doing a benchmark, yeah, I'm just gonna skip to actually resetting. So some of those locks are a little bit questionable. I don't know how how strong your PC is at resetting, but like some of these look very coastal and not much like island, like this one and this one. And basically the reason why an island is better is because you're gonna have generally about twice as much ocean within 16 chunks of where you spawn, which means you've got like double the chance of getting a coast magma ravine, basically. Yeah, a lot of these locks are good though. I didn't like that one. If you lock something bad, don't worry about resetting it. Just keep going, like, because resetting it is like just a waste of your like energy. Um, so for your just for like I guess for the what I'm trying to say is like to keep your like wrist more healthy, it's best to just like instead of going left, I think you're going like right to left on every single one of these mapless checks. Like so you keep like having to move your arm more. It's gonna get like more tiring to do that. If you just go left to right and then right to left on the next on the following seed, and then you keep switching back, it's gonna be much easier to check for mapless on all these seeds like back to back. Like you're just going in the same circular direction each time instead of like backwards and forwards. Like I believe Boyan mentions that in his resetting video guide, which also if you haven't seen, definitely recommend watching that. Okay, it looks like we have a spike. Lucky. So I don't know if so I don't know if you like know this is a fake like too high of a spike, but okay, yeah, I'm assuming we do, and that's why we just ignore it because there's no reason we would ask. No other reason we would be checking that direction. Yeah, we. I might just cut forward to this part because that was like a minute of dead air released. But I'm surprised. Maybe it's just bad bitrate and I can't tell. But I'm surprised with reselling a shipwreck. Like it might have just been no iron. I can't really tell what type of shipwreck that was. Okay, there's a couple seeds. We like this is a good lock. Uh, that one we just reset. Probably should have locked that. It's a lot better than some of the coastal seeds we had been locking. And then that one as well. That was the bottom left before this one. Potentially could have locked that as well. So this one, even though you can see it's a shallow ocean, like the main way you judge that is kelp, it's still an island. It's probably not all shallow, so you could definitely consider locking that. Bottom left is... Did we not lock that one? This is just good. Like, sure, it's only you can only see one tree, but like, it's still worth locking. That top right one just wasn't that good. Yeah, I kind of feel like you've like lost focus in resetting already because you just lock this every time and we don't like. I don't know how you can try and stay more focused, but yeah, trying to like not miss really good seeds like that. Like this one is good as well. Top left, top right. There's a seed after the top right. Okay, there's a shipwreck there. I know it's bad ocean, but yeah, maybe consider locking this as well. Yeah. Um, from all this resetting, the main thing I'd say to uh to change would maybe be, I think it's called dummy wall or something, but like the wall setup that Boyan uses in his resetting video seems like it'd be quite a bit better for you than this current setup. Because you just have more time to analyze each seed before it's like fully reset. Not a lot of spikes, but this is weird. Is it actually in this chunk? Yeah, I didn't think so. Like looking at this first spot, first reading, it's like I think it's probably in the chunk one over from here. I don't think it was this far. Because if you look at your like last measurement of this, it was loaded in the second you refreshed the pie chart. So like when you were looking in this direction, like I think you should have just been more just scanned again earlier instead of like that scan didn't really do a thing. Like you were just looking in the same direction you scanned earlier. Like it's hard to just like, because I would have done this whole mapper scan a lot differently. Like you do your quick scans back and forth to check for the spike, and you do one thin macro scan to try and like find the rough direction, and then you try and do a left to right and a right to left to try and pinpoint which chunk it is when you're running in that direction. Instead of like, these were just like very uncoordinated mapper scans. Yeah, it's like further over. Is it there? Yeah, it was right there. Like, I know I called that out, but I wasn't 100% confident it was even there, which is why I think you should find the general direction of it and then do like two precision scans to try and find both sides of where the spike loads in, and then you can almost always pinpoint the exact chunk with that. And if you really, really want to double check, you can go into reverse third person when you enter the chunk you think it's in to like make sure that the spike loads in when you enter that chunk. Shipwreck. That was kind of a bad shipwreck seed, so I didn't hate resetting that. That was just no iron. Yeah, like again, just don't worry about resetting a seed that you lock that you don't think you should have locked. Just reset it when you're going through the seeds. Like it just interrupts your flow of like wall resetting. I feel, yeah, just to reiterate what I said, like that top left seed, the one before this, 100% you'd lock that every time. This one is probably like it's kind of hard to tell if this is an island or not, but you could consider locking that as well, and we're just skipping both of them. That one was probably good, but this is probably worse than the two seeds before it because you're not spawning next to any trees. So unless like your trees are just far away, and that's automatic time loss. I skipped too far back, but there are a couple more seeds that you're resetting. So bottom left, the one before this, maybe it was an ocean. I couldn't really tell. It wasn't on screen for that long. Okay, I thought there were two seeds that we. Yeah, bottom right, that was good. Bottom left, yeah. Top right, maybe. Yeah, like I'd say with the wall resetting, you're not being thorough enough on making sure you adequately analyze all of your seeds. And like an easy way to improve at that is to literally just switch to the buoyant wall. Bottom left and maybe top no, top left and maybe bottom right there would have been good. Yeah, so when you go up to 20 render distance, the directory for the spawner pie chart is always the same. So you go up to 20, you can just change while you're mining for the BT, you can change the spawner pie chart. The reason you want to change it in the overworld is like so that on Nether Enter you can check for spawner to know if you need to look around for the fortress or not. Kind of a annoying BT. This is the one with the really far trees, yeah, it's just bad. We really, like, that shipwreck could easily have TNT, and even if it's not, it's still probably like a 50-second island leave. You had coastal gravel there, so like you could have easily like come over here, share these trees, grab your gravel. Sure, the ocean doesn't look great, but like it's still fine. Like you were trying to play that um woodlight seed earlier. I think that seed's better than a woodlight seed at the very least, so I think that's probably resetting a little bit too hard. Yeah, this is just a lot of unnecessary scans. So like you get the scan, direction scan there, you know it's over here, so start going that way immediately. And you do a left to right scan straight after. So like it's almost like you're trying to find the specific chunk without without having gotten any closer to it at all. Like the further you are from the BT chunk, the harder it is to pinpoint exactly where it is. Like if you get to here, do a left to right, right to left. You kind of do it like pretty fast. Like it feels like you did that right to left like too fast to kind of tell if it's this chunk or the one over. But yeah, like around here is where you should do the left to right, and then you should be certain. Okay. I'm starting to think I've probably mentioned all the stuff I'm going to talk about with the actual wall resetting. So I might just like start like cutting it out to the points where you're like playing the seeds. Or I might just skip to it. Okay, so real quick there. So we get the spike. Get the sugarcane. Like just get one. Maybe you'll be able to use it to get an air pocket above a underwater BT and use it to mine the blocks above it faster. Like it's especially good in war motion because the BT is almost always in the sand, which you can place sugarcane on. Fake spike, yeah. Okay, this is probably real, I think. Probably in this chunk, right? that didn't really feel like a conclusive check. Like I think it's in this chunk, but you're still doing your scans really quickly, so I'm not 100% sure. So I would have liked to see a reverse third person check to see if the spike is in, like when you enter this chunk, and then you know it's in here, instead of that scan didn't really do anything if the chunk is here. Like I hope I'm being clear. I mean, yeah, just you're not navigating to 9 9 here. Like it's like hard to adjust to it, but the red line is positive X, the blue line is positive Z. You see you're on 8 9, so you just need to go one in the red line direction instead of like you're just trying to adjust it by like feeling or something. Take the iron sword there. Iron sword, iron axe is just really good. It's like the second best way of killing blazes apart from having a diamond sword. Um, so as far as trees go, it just these ones are much closer to the ocean. It's like you're gonna have to backtrack less. Like they're just a lot better. Like there's not much to say apart from like the less time you have to move between places, like the better it's gonna be. Um, Something else to consider is like the moment you think you know where the BT is, you kind of want to look at your options for trees and try and consider where you're gonna go before you've even got the BT, so you can like you exit the chest and you start going to those trees immediately. But like that's a little bit it's a little bit difficult to get comfortable with doing that. I would have liked to see you. I liked the clearing of the hotbar while the TNT was detonating, but also open the recipe book and make it craftables only. Is another thing you can do. Okay, so if we're going to place the TNT between three trees, it needs to be conscious in your mind that you're unlikely to need to have to pick up your crafting table because you're getting that extra tree's worth of wood. You can use that to make an extra crafting table and save the time of like half a second of not having to mine the crafting table. Um, Instead of dodging the lily pads, you can just punch them because they instantly break. And then any that you pick up, you just throw them out while you're still boating. Yeah, while you're boating to an enter, you want to change your pie chart to spawner. Um, for the same reason I mentioned earlier, to like check for fortress on nether enter. They're definitely going like this is the only reasonable place for there to be an enter, but yeah, this is just the problem with playing coastal seeds. Like you only had one option, and if the magma ravine isn't there, it's not anywhere, and you don't get an enter. But on an island seed, you have the whole like you have a whole 360-degree like amount of ocean that there can be a magma ravine in, instead of just like that one direction that you can go in. Right. Okay, it was an ocean drone. I didn't see that first time. Is that even trees here? That didn't look like that. Again, like I'm not watching you do the wall reset anymore, but like, what is this? Like coastal coral reef is absolutely terrible. Like you're never even getting an enter there unless you have like a lava pool or ruin portal. And again, yeah, I think you're just doing your like precision scans way too fast to actually be precise. Like if it was in the chunk behind it, it would barely look any different than here. But yeah, you can clearly see it sticking out of the side there. So you know you get a BT here. 5 iron. Unlucky. I don't know about reselling that. Like, you can quite easily get like a good TNT placement and you just enter without iron pickaxe. Like, sure, it's not great, but it's not like you have how much TNT? Two? If you learn TNT housing, TNT chalice, like you can do 50% of bastion routes with like barely any time loss for not having an iron pickaxe. It's better than just resetting like just resetting outright. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, so like either you get that spike, determine it's fake, like just stop trying to scan it and start running towards it, is what I'm trying to say. Like, I'm trying to find a run where you like fully play out the overworld here. Or maybe that's like the thing with this session, like it was just really bad. I'm just gonna skip ahead again. Yeah, you're doing like 3 spikes when you should just be 3 measurements when you should just be trying to get the direction and just start going towards it. Like, it's just the same thing I've been saying the whole time about the mapper scans. If you want me to like show you how I do it generally, I can like record like a little minute session of me doing some mapper scans on like the P-Pro practice like mapper split or something you'd like. And yeah, that was just, if you're not getting the spike in this chunk, you just know it's fake. You don't need to do this right to left. Like it was probably a cave spider or something. I'm just gonna skip ahead again. Lucky. This looks good. Fake spike, I guess. Oh, it's probably like right here. I'd like to just, before you commit to jumping in the ocean, just quickly look over 90 degrees to the right, toggle thin macro, and check if your spike is still loaded in there, and that way you can be like 100% confident that this is the right chunk. And again, yeah, when you know you're on top of the BT, you should up to 20 render distance, and then start changing your pie chart to spawner. But here, like, you like know it's this chunk. What I'm looking at here, these two birch trees look like excellent for a TNT. It's like a similar reason why when you find the chunk, I generally go into third person while I'm running to it to like just look at the trees better and look at the ocean as well. Like a similar thing with looking for the trees, you want to up your render distance as soon as you figure out which chunk it's in, so you can like look at the ocean better. Okay, we see kelp. So we get this wood. If we're not getting the rest of that tree, just craft your boat indoors, pick up the crafting table, and go to the tree you're going to now, because yeah, like we're gonna grab this tree and we're gonna have to go all the way back to the crafting table to craft our stuff, right? And like, sure, you've got kelp in this direction, but like maybe that's fake and you decide you want to go somewhere else, and then you wouldn't want to have backtracked to it, right? Yeah, like I said, so we're going towards this ravine, right? That's where we end up going. So if we mine this, crafting table, not crafting table, craft boat and doors, mine crafting table, break these two leaves, go over to this tree, and then go to that ravine. It would have just saved a lot of backtracking time you spend. Yeah. And then also, I don't know how convinced you are by this ravine, but if you feel like it's not really 100% for it to be a magma ravine, kind of just try and look around a bit more to see if there's something more more real. But yeah, this does look pretty good, especially because the ocean floor around it is pretty low already. It generally means that the ravine there is more likely to reach the bottom. It's kind of unlucky, to be honest, but you don't always get real ravines. Um, I can't really tell with the bit rate, but this direction looks pretty bad. Like, I'd rather you just have like you check that ravine, it's dead. I'd rather you've just gone past this part of the island into like completely fresh new ocean instead of this bit that you can already see there's nothing really there. I'm assuming this overworld dies unless we get like a random cave. Yeah. It's just like, yeah, it's right here. Okay, unlucky. Yeah, if you do your scans more slowly, you can normally even figure out if it's an ocean ruin before you even see the ocean ruin, because you can tell that the spike is appearing at a chunk that's really far away, like out in the ocean. I think you've got something other than that. Yeah, in this chunk ahead of you. Um, I think you probably should have known it was this chunk before that final scan you do, and then at that point you up render distance. You probably wouldn't be able to see anything because it's iceberg ocean. So yeah, you look at the trees. I'm seeing this tree and this birch tree is probably good. Like you single elevate, probably get like 9 logs, and then you can skip crafting your crafting table or something like. And again, yeah, using the crosshair to find 9 9 instead of just trying to like guess it. It's better. And yeah, just like that little bit of hesitation trying to find a good tree, you can cut that out by just looking at where the trees are as soon as you figure out where the BT is. Um, and yeah, like I remember mentioning earlier that you saw your hotbar while the TNT is detonating. Even when you don't have TNT, you want to do that. So like in between these sprint jumps to the tree, you would like open inventory and just hotkey the fish out of your hotbar. It's because like you're not going to be eating fish in the overworld, right? So there's no point for them to be in your hotbar, and you're probably just going to have to take them out later anyway. Okay, so same thing I mentioned earlier. Before going to a tree that you're going to have to backtrack to the crafting table from, just craft your boat and doors and then break the crafting table and then go to the tree so you don't have to backtrack. Like here, we had to go back. I don't really think you could have gone in any other direction here because of the icebergs. Yeah. I mean, that's the same thing. Coastal seed, you just don't have as much ocean available for you to get that magma ravine. So you're just not getting them as often. Like, that's the thing with locking all these coastal seeds. You spend the like 50 seconds playing out the island leave to then have a subpar chance at even getting an enter, which is why like you're on a 5900X. I think you can definitely just reset for islands only, really. Like there's people with like worse resetting capabilities than you that do that, so I'd recommend just trying to force islands only, and then even more with islands only. I, you like the type of islands you want to reset for are ones that are like, the best way to describe it is like flat, because like if you can check one side of the ocean and then just run across the island in like 5 seconds to check the other side, that's better than like a hilly island where you'd have to climb up over, and that's going to take you like 12-15 seconds to check the other side, which is when it feels bad to do so, because then like you're just losing time. like like it just feels bad to have to run over a whole hill to check the rest of the ocean, even though it still is the correct thing to do. But yeah, if you're like that, these type of islands, like the last two seeds you got there, were like, oh god, what did I skip to? Um, I don't know. I don't know where I am now. But yeah, those two like, it's yeah, this is the seed we were playing just there. So did I skip past it? Okay, I'm completely disoriented with where I am in this. Yeah, what I was trying to say is like those two like islands that you reset were like, I mean, you should still lock them because islands are good, and then they had a good amount of trees. But the best seeds are ones where you've got like, I mean, the absolute best seed, disregarding like visible lava pool or something, would be something where it's a very flat island that's pretty small, and you can see like two trees next to each other that have like a good TNT spot, like all of that visible from the preview. And then also like the ocean is like a normal ocean type with zero visible kelp from the preview, because if you can see like the strands of kelp, that generally means that the ocean floor is pretty shallow. And then the shallower the ocean floor is, the less likely that the magma ravines that go down to Y11, the less likely that those will reach the ocean floor like surface. So you just won't be able to see those magma ravines. So like the deeper the ocean, the higher chance that the magma ravines are going to be exposed, and you'll be able to see them easily. I think I'll probably leave it for like one more BT, and then probably cut it off here. Okay, this looks good. Just in this chunk here. Oh, lucky. Could've... Okay, no, I think that's just fake, yeah. But again, yeah, like seeds like this, it's just horrible. Like, look at how shallow this ocean is, and you have like, and half of the loaded chunks aren't even ocean chunks, so you just have a lesser chance at even getting a magma ravine anyway. So like sure, it's a good BT, but the chance of even being able to get an enter here is just bad. Like unless you get a lava pool, like this kelp instead of ocean ruin. Can't really tell. There's kelp over there, but kelp in shallow ocean is just like, it's generally not going to be magma ravine. unless you're like pretty lucky with it. And then with this TNT, instead of standing behind the tree, just block yourself off with that sand, sort out your hotbar, open your book, and then when the TNT explodes, you want to be in third person and looking at where the wood drops specifically, because if it drops in an awkward place, you want to be able to like path to it optimally. So like if it had dropped from this tree and not this tree, it would like land up here. So you'd want to like see that immediately, beeline towards the logs, run down here, pick up the dirt, and then start crafting here. Because I believe it's just RNG on which tree the wood actually drops from. Don't quote me on that, but I imagine that's how it works. And again, like, I don't know if we're playing for 7 beds, but if we're blowing up 3 trees like we did there, should be conscious that we should be going for crafting table, or like leaving our crafting table. Also, I'm noticing there's gravel here. We could easily just mine that and not have to get it later. Like, I mean, yeah, like, even though there's a ocean rune, we're just forcing this cut because the ocean's so bad we can't do anything else, right? Like, it's this, which like at least looks maybe more real, but I really doubt it is good. Yeah, it's just like a normal ravine. So I think I'm gonna stop there because I feel like I'm starting to run out of different things to point out. But yeah, if you have any questions about the stuff I've talked about, just ping me in your thread and I'll try and explain it more, I guess. Yeah, thanks for sending this in though.